up one idea, make that one idea your life. Dream of it, think of it, live on that idea. Let the brain, body, muscles, nerve, every part of your body be full of that idea and leave every other idea alone. This particular teaching is one of my favorite quote, and this was said by Swami Vivekananda Jayanti. Today is 12th of January 2022, which is considered to be the National Youth Day. But let me tell you that this day is also Swami Vivekananda Jayanti, that is, he was born on this day. Now, welcome to Update India. I am Sheen Katru, and now in this session we will be talking about that how Vivekananda is still relevant in the contemporary times and how we can say that Swami Vivekananda is still the youth icon of the contemporary times.
Vivekananda's real name was Narendranath Datta. He is a Hindu spiritual leader and a reformer in India. He attempted to combine Indian spirituality with Western material. He was born in Kolkata. He tried to eliminate child marriage and illiteracy and tried to spread education to the lower section of the society.
Swamiji was born on 12th of January 1863, and there was a combination between the National Youth Day and Swami Vivekananda's birthday, because there at the time people consider him as a Hindu monk and something where the youth can learn from him because of his universal characteristics. But there at that moment he was considered to be the youth icon, and even now he is considered to be the youth icon. But how can we say that he is still relevant in the contemporary times when we are in 2022? And that is something we will be discussing here in this video. That is Swami Vivekananda something which youth can learn from them, or do he or his teaching is something which is universal in characteristics?
Netaji Subhash Chandra rightly said, Swami Vivekananda is the maker of the modern India. Swamiji considered education as a mixture of creativity, originality, excellence, moral character, and self-confidence.
Swamiji and Vedanta had a very good relationship, and one of the integral relationship. Teachers and a lot of people around in that time used to call him as a world teacher of Vedanta, because he spread the message of Vedanta in different countries, mostly in the Western countries, I would say. And in a true way, he connected the West and the East because of the ideas of Hinduism and Vedanta, which he has spread across the world. In fact, his message of Vedanta was something which he even delivered in the Parliament of Religion, which was happened in 1893 in Chicago. And this was the message, is something which was loved by a lot of people. A lot of people consider that this was the first time when the West come to know about the Hinduism, its concept. There's a beautiful teaching which was said by Swami Vivekananda, and I believe that youth would actually correlate with that teaching. Let me read that for you. That education must suit the need of the children. Their need should be determined in terms of tendencies inherent in children and not according to what the parents of children say. And this is something very true of the today's time, when the youth is so confused between what they want and what parents want. This teaching of Swamiji can act as a torch bearer, because one should not work from what people think, but one should work on that basis, that what kind of qualities an individual possess.
For the youth today, Swami Vivekananda is still relevant as youth icon because of his universal characteristics. Not only Indian youth, but beyond, still consider Swamiji as a paradigm. He was a progressive thinker. India of today focuses on the amount of information brain stuffs in, but Swamiji said, education must emphasize on life building, man making, character making, and assimilation of ideas.
Even now, whenever we celebrate Youth Day, it is really impossible that we do not take Swamiji's teaching into reference, because you could see that how his teaching is correlating with us. How the youth can relate with his teaching is the most important thing. Even every time the policymakers focus on youth development, his teaching acts as a torch bearer. I remember one of his teaching as well, where he said that one should grow from inside out, and none can teach you, none can make you spiritual. There is no other teacher but your own soul. See the amount of depth, the amount of knowledge Swamiji had at that period of time.
The golden part of his thinking, which youth like me attracts the most, is the idea of education. He is and was the one who trusted the youth more than any. Faith is in the younger generation. The modern generation, out of them will come my work. They will work out the whole problem like lions. This was said by Swami Vivekananda Ji.
On this day of 12th of January 2022, Swami Vivekananda Ji said that he wants the youth to have the muscles of iron with the nerves of steel. See the amount of depth and knowledge he has in this and what the particular youth like us do. In fact, Jawaharlal Nehru also said this thing that Swami Vivekananda was yet modern in his approach, particularly towards the life problem, and in a real way he acted as a bridge between the present and the ancient India, and that is something which I like about him the most. Even during my particular research time, I found that his teachings are literally universal. It's not something which is towards just one religion, some sect, but it's more so about the characterization of a particular person. He said that education should not be something which should be stuffed into everyone's mind, but it should be something which could actually make a man building, something character building, something regarding assimilation of the ideas. For him, education was something originality, excellence, creativity. I do consider Swami Vivekananda Ji as a youth icon in this contemporary period as well. Thank you so much for being with us here. Follow Update India because now Update India is both in English and Hindi. Do subscribe Update India